They're arresting me. They're arresting me. They're really de-escalating. Hey, you don't stop me. I'm not. Do not hurt me. Do not hurt me. Once again, do not be rough with me. Look at them. Look at them. They're gonna beat me up. Don't beat me up, you don't beat me up. Look at them. Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. Oh my God.
Hey, it's a vibe, man. You know, I'm just gonna play it for a little second. You know, a little vibe. Oh, I can't play it because on this one. Bum ass iPhone with this little thing. Saturday vibe, man. You know, feeling good. We just got another.
Looking forward too.
All right. Do not adjust your dial. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blvdave Ave Radio. This is episode number 14. I am your host, Old Man Logan, and with me is the boy.
Gas Station Pete.
And to his right.
Car Wash B.
Fellas, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. You know, enjoying it.
We out here.
It's been a
morning.
busy week for us, but you know what I'm saying? And I like it like that. You know what I mean? Get into it. How was everybody's week?
It was cool. Very cool. Checked out what's the name?
Okay.
Wildin' Out. It was pretty decent.
Wildin' Out was decent?
Yeah, it was pretty decent. It was cool. Didn't have everybody there, but still was decent. They had some good comedians. I didn't know Ricky Rampage was a comedian from Chicago, Power 92.
I don't know who that is.
He don't listen to the radio anymore. But they were saying he was from Power 92. He was on there. He did a little
Nick Cannon's hilarious.
He did a little stand-up thing, but it was cool. It was decent. I enjoyed it.
That's what's up. I didn't do nothing but work.
Yeah.
You know, eat, sleep, conquer, repeat.
I'm on medical leave, so I'm just, chilling.
All right.
Scrub ass,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna dog myself that bad.
There you go. All right, before we get into our topics, I got to do a couple of plugs real quick. This week's episode is brought to you by Musum Backpacks. All right, school is getting ready to be in session, and I know y'all need some backpacks for your badass kids, okay? So go ahead, hit the website up, www.muzmm.com, and use the promo code Blvdave, that's Blvdave, to receive 10% off of your backpack purchase. Send your kids back to school, right, all right? And if they're not in a school where they don't need uniforms, guess what? I got you covered on that too. For your older kids that, you know what I'm saying, it's in high school. Hit up Laylo Apparel, www.layloapparel, LAYLOWAPPAREL.com. All right? And before you check out on there on getting your son or your daughter some gear to start the year off with, use that code Blvdave, BLVDAVE, to receive 10% off of your entire purchase. All right?
Tell them Blvdave sent you. They said, hey, you can get us fresh, right?
Right.
And they going to get you fresh. Right?
Yes, sir. Now, let's start the shizo with music, baby. Got to start it on a somber note after all that energy. We lost a real one, y'all. Lost a real one, a legendary icon.
Queen of Soul,
Aretha Franklin, passed away this week. Pancreatic cancer, I think, was what they said the cause of death was. And man, she was 76 years old, and man, it seems like all of our icons, man, left and right, they just go ahead and making that transition, man. So rest in peace to Aretha Franklin, man. Fellas, what are some of your earliest memories, growing up with Aretha Franklin? I know, maybe, I can't say I know for sure, but maybe your parents, you know what I'm saying, in that Saturday morning vibe, right, cleaning the crib.
That's what it is.
Did you ever hear, the Queen?
Hearing that and watching Blues Brothers, seeing on that, and just RESPCT, just, that was like one of the main songs I know from her.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like you say, cleaning up the house, parents cleaning up, you hearing Aretha, everybody playing in the background. So yeah, that was one of them. One of my favorite. I didn't know she made this song.
the song that say don't play a fool of me or play a song or something like that. I forgot the name of it, but I just heard it today, and I didn't know she made it. And it was like, that was one of my favorite songs of hers. I can say now since I knew it was her that made it. But yeah, like it's real sad, man. It's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aretha was a legend, man. I'm familiar with her work. I appreciate it, but I think I'm more familiar with the people that she's influenced.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the people that, the Whitney Houstons and people of that era, I've listened to them and, they've brought up how she's influenced them. So, it's all a cycle, and because she influenced those people, she influenced me. So, I definitely think that was a big hit that the music world took by losing her this week. But, as they say, the show must go on, and she lived a good life.
Yeah, absolutely. Do y'all remember that song Lauryn Hill wrote for, produced for? Rose is Still a Rose?
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah, man. I know that's something she did later in her career, but it's something our audience may be more familiar with than Aretha's actual catalog. You got to be of a certain age basically to really know who Aretha Franklin was. So if I'm pretty sure, our younger audience members, audience listeners, should definitely know that song. And I always thought that song was a classic song.
Yeah.
I always loved that song.
And she also did the intro to A Different World.
Yeah, she did.
For a lot of people who didn't know that,
Yeah.
that was her.
Yeah, so, man, once again, rest in peace to the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. All right, so, moving on from one queen to another queen that like to name drop Aretha, quite frankly, a lot. Miss Nicki Minaj just seems like just been against the whole world. It's been Nicki against the world. That's really what the album should have been called. You know what I'm saying?
Nicki versus everybody.
Nicki versus everybody. So, Nicki just been on one. You know what I mean? Shout out to Drizzy. Since she's been on her promo run for the Queen album. So what do y'all think about that, man? How she's actually been out here doing interviews, that's something she didn't do for quite some time. She got super big and you didn't see her on Hot 97, you didn't see her on Breakfast Club, she just kind of had this presence I'm too big for those shows, if you will, or she had disagreements with the people. Right. And now, fast forward to the Queen album being released, she's hitting all kind of platforms, to market this album. So what do you guys think about Miss Nicki against the world?
She's arrogant as hell.
Very.
I was watching an interview. I think it was the Breakfast Club actually, and I heard that she got into it with DJ Self.
Yeah. So
her and DJ Self got a little altercation going on, and I think he said something about he's not playing her music on the station, Hot 97, I think it is.
Power 105.
All right, Power 105. So I heard DJ Envy chime in on that, and he was like, how could you disrespect Self, because she said that she was going to have some hungry niggas come up there and check on him, you know what I'm saying? She was like, he was like, you going to have some people come see him over his opinion? I could see if he said something wrong and then, you rebutted with that.
Right.
But if he's expressing his opinion, that ain't no reason to, for any, violent altercation.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, if Self ain't playing the music, I'm not playing the music, and no DJ on this station better play her music. So I was like, okay, this is getting real.
That deep.
It got super deep, man. DJ Envy stood up for him, and he just was kind of saying collectively, you can't say comments like that and be, because initially that's that's a threat,
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you threatening people just because they don't have the same sentiment in regards to your album, that she may have. And I agree, man. You need to. She definitely needs to issue an apology on that. Talking about, I got 100 goons, 100 niggas.
Right.
Come on, nigga, stop.
She losing it, and that's probably bothering her. She don't have the same fan base. Everybody loves Cardi B now, and she brought out this album, and it's only did what 100,000 or something. It didn't even do that good.
No, it actually did. Initially, they said she was going to do 130. But I was listening to Pretty Idiots the other day, and it's the only reason I know. And Charlamagne said it's supposed to do 155 now.
Right.
So it's kind of low for her numbers.
Right.
But that's that's progressively better.
They said what's name album still topping hers. who album was just released? Astro World.
Oh, Travis.
Yeah.
That's on top. Because it's better.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think she's getting upset and she's in her feelings about some stuff. And she went off on Safari. She just went off on everybody. And it's like, why are you doing this? Like, promote your album. Why do you go hard on everybody? And now
and she's giving all them niggas. She's giving all them niggas promo.
Right, you promoting them.
She even promoted the doctor that fixed that nigga's hairline.
Right.
They said his phone been off the hook,
and he just happy. He said, "Yeah, I paid $12,000." What I'm saying?
And he put it out there. He ain't even front about his hairline, and that's crazy. How her name dropping that though, like this kind of do show you. And it kind of gives some validity to her arrogance because she drops that about Safari's hairline. And you got all of those prominent stations in New York asking questions now about people's hairlines and stuff. Like they was talking about Safari's, they were talking about Tiger's hairline, and they even brought up Lil Duval's hairline. You know what I mean? He got on Breakfast Club the other day and was a guest, and they asked him how much he paid for his hairline. So it's just kind of crazy. It does kind of give a little validity to her, how she feel about herself, but I think what Nicki doesn't understand, or maybe she doesn't even want to acknowledge it, is like, sweetheart, you ain't, you know what I'm saying, new on the block no more. Like, you're a vet. You've been here 10 years. So, you know what I mean? People not going to check for you in the way they were initially. So it's like you kind of got to do the Hove. You got to transition and start making moves and putting people on, and that's going to prolong, your career even more, even further. She hasn't really done that, at least to my knowledge. I don't know of anybody that has come out and said, I'm a protege of Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, Nicki got some things she need to work out. You know what I mean? She might need a therapist if she doesn't have one.
Yeah, but, everybody can't be Drake, man.
Yeah, everybody. And she should know that, especially in music. Like, music is an industry where, it's not fair. It's very sexist. You know what I'm saying? Drake can do what he do, and he's still going to be on top. But even Drake is kind of like having his somewhat of, not necessarily an issue, but his, glimmering in it ain't like what it used to be. Right. You know what I mean? Like he's still making, money, making moves and, setting records. But, it's people out here that, we just got through talking about it. Like Kendrick, that Drake is in competition with, where people have the utmost respect for a Kendrick or a J. Cole. And those two are the people they go to as far as like who's the best in hip hop right now. Drake is like maybe the third, fourth option that they bring up now.
All right.
Who's putting Drake fourth? I mean, meet these people.
It's people out here. Well, maybe not fourth. I exaggerate a little bit, but maybe. And when you say top three, they're saying Kendrick, Cole, and Drake.
Drake's.
You know what I'm saying? He's coming in third, not in sales, and not in opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like people like going crazy over their music like that, like those guys, they're getting a lot more relevance, than they were before. So, Nicki, go on, check yourself, girl. Check yourself. In the words of Bishop, check yourself, Q. Okay, so moving on from one queen to another queen. Again, Miss Tiana Taylor. She was another person that's just kind of been in the news and had the internet streets buzzing all week. She has some beef with former concert mate, you know what I mean, because they were on a concert together, Jeremiah. So she ends up leaving Jeremiah's concert. Now, what I saw was initially she was supposed to have been the opener for Jeremiah. Then it went from her being the opener to co-headliner. And somewhere in there, in that transition, I don't know if it's Tiana being big-headed or Jeremiah being big-headed, but she drops out of the Jeremiah tour. And she goes on to do her own tour to keep that same energy tour on Al 7. So... guys, what do you guys think about Miss Tiana Taylor going and saying, all right, I'm not doing this tour with him, but I'm going to go and make sure I hit these streets for my fans and they could go and get the Tiana Taylor experience still?
I say keep doing it, because what I heard they was beefing over is she was saying on her Instagram Live that he was going back telling the DJ to change this music, make her music sound shit. It was just a bunch of women type shit. You know what I'm saying? For him to be a guy, and it's like, why are you doing this. Then the
I heard they was putting water on the stage.
Yeah, he came out on stage, said, "Thank you, Tiana, for opening up for me." Like, he was on some other shit.
Well,
like,
he was being the diva.
Right. Like, Jeremiah, you cold, but right now you're not popping. Her album is out. You don't have nothing out right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why are you acting this way? I don't understand it. Like, you on tour together, make your money and keep going.
Right.
But they say he get into it with a lot of the other artists when he's on tour with them. So it's like...
Yeah, because he had that same issue with Party Next Door. His last tour, he was on tour with Party Next Door, and Party Next Door ended up leaving because he had issues with
too
him.
Before Party Next. I forgot who it was. Somebody was just telling me about it yesterday. And it's like, why do you keep doing this? Like you say, he acts like a diva. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I try not to talk bad about anybody from Chicago, but I mean,
when you doing stuff like that, it's pointless,
you gotta cut
man.
that shit out, bro.
Cut that shit. You on a whole tour with a woman, man. Like, you doing all this shit. Like, if it's really true, come on, dude.
And to be honest with you, you might even get more of an audience or more of likes if you big up Tiana, if you support her more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hey, give it up for Tiana Taylor. She out here killing it. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of shout out to old girl. You know,
yeah, being stupid.
It is that you're trying to son her, like, you know what I mean. But you know, that's Chicago in it, man. You know, that's what Chicago niggas do.
Yeah, I guess.
City of hella haters, as a man once said.
You doing that R. Kelly shit?
You gotta stop bringing that name up.
That's why I said a man once said. Or you talking about Kales?
Kales.
Oh, okay.
I mean him.
That guy.
That dude.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Creeper.
All right, so this is kind of disheartening because I was Dipset forever.
Dipset.
You know what I'm saying? I went and made sure I bought this Dipset shirt that came out when they was first out, when they was at their hottest. You know what I mean? I still got it somewhere. It was an all-over print shirt, but they had like the Diplomat shirt. I know I got pictures with it on somewhere. But Dipset member Joel Santana, he is facing 20 years for gun charges because he brought that firearm with him into the New York airport earlier this summer. So that is crazy because, you know, obviously Joel has kids. He's he's in his 30s, so you throw somebody a 20-year sentence,
right?
You know, at this point in time in your career, yeah, you're done, brother. Like you waiting on somebody to hit you with some commissary. Like,
well, I'm thinking, why are you bringing a gun to the airport? What was?
Yeah, like I don't know. And not even that, but how do you forget you have a gun on you?
You can't forget that. That's my whole thing. You couldn't forget that.
You can't forget that. Like, that was crazy.
Unless it's a bag you kept for about 3 days and then never checked it.
Right, and you just never checked the bag. But,
like, other than that, like, how do you do that?
Yeah,
like,
when they initially said that, I kind of thought about you remember on Atlanta? And Earn, they all in the line.
Y'all better put the gun.
Yeah, and he looks up and he like, bam, gun in the bag. And I thought about that, and I was just kind of like, wow, man. So I don't know what's going to happen with young Jewels, you know what I'm saying? But this is what he facing, man. This is what they got on the table for him.
Get locked up. I know this man wasn't about to do nothing crazy, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just hope he don't get locked up and he can beat the case or whatever the case is. It's fucked up, though. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
20 years.
This is New York we talking about, so.
And the airport.
He's probably, ain't no probably, he's going to do time. Like, New York locked up Ja Rule, they locked up Lil Wayne, you know, for similar charges. You know, I'm trying to remember how much time Lil Wayne did.
Burris got
Plaxico Burris
time for shooting himself.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So, you know, they're very strict on those gun laws. So we're going to have to just wait and see how that develops. But B, what you think, man? Was you Dipset forever? Was you one of them guys?
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm still Dipset, bitch.
So, how do you feel on this situation, man?
I mean, when you do the goofy, man, you gotta pay the consequence. I mean, that's one thing you can't bring a firearm into the airport, bro.
Yeah,
like, you can't do it.
I just really hope the man forgot it from like 3 days ago or something. Like, I hope you just didn't think he was finna sneak on his plane with a gun.
Yeah. I just want to know what's going on in Joel's, you know, life that he feel like he has to have the gun on him. In most instances, they have somebody with them that has a gun, but not on you.
I don't know. I don't know if Joel's is bringing in the bag to where he can just have armed security on him, you know, at all times like that. So you know,
right.
Yep. So we're gonna just wait and see, man. Hopefully that Dipset flag, you know, continue flying, you know. But we got to see what's gonna happen with Joel's, man. So. From that, We're gonna get into Young Thugger. All right,
Slime.
he just released, the new project Slime Language. So I did a little research. I didn't listen to it, but this is supposed to be Young Thug debuting his roster of artists he has on his label. So, fellas, what do y'all think about, Thugger, man, trying to expand?
What does slime mean?
That's kind of like his way, well, you was down there, so is that something that was prevalent in Atlanta, like saying slam, what up, slam?
I know Wayne said it too. I think that's like a blood terminology.
Oh, so it's a blood term. Okay, see, I didn't know that.
The game? I don't even hear the game say that. I don't think
I've heard him say
I
it
heard him
before.
say it before, yeah.
I'm going to say. Well, we was listening to it in the car, and I don't know, maybe it's certain, I have to listen to it more, but it really didn't, it wasn't catching me. He had some nice production on a few songs I heard, like maybe 2 or 3, but it just, I don't know, I couldn't get it. But like you said, I guess this is an album for him introducing everybody else.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where he's going, because to me it's like he just did some shit and just threw it out there.
Just put it out there.
Yeah, this has 0 replay value.
Right.
None.
And that's kind of how that Slime Flu, was it Slime Flu or something? The album he did with Future? It was Slime something. But Slime Season maybe. And I those are 2 guys I do like to listen to. I thought it would have been a lot better than it was. I mean, it was a couple of songs on there I liked, but it didn't have any replay value. Like I listened to it one time and I was cool. Like, and I'm typically not like that with Future, at least. But even with Thugger, I still have a lot of stuff that he's put out before that I like. Right. He had some stuff on that Bada 6 that was cold. Like, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. So, to go with that, also, Thugger was celebrating his birthday this week, and he was at Dave & Buster's. And he, upon leaving Dave & Buster's, he was arrested on felony weapons charges. So again, here we go with the weapons. A member of his crew, though, had the weapon. You know what I'm saying? They ran into a police cruiser, and that led to the search where the police discovered the gun in the car. Wow. And, Thugger was held on $35K bond. But, Thugger getting to the bag, so, I'm pretty sure he's out by now.
Right.
But, again, this is another one of our, prominent, because he's prominent. I can say that, right? Like,
yeah.
In today's, like, hip-hop, rap culture or whatever, he's a pretty prominent, pretty big deal. So, catching a case like this where he might end up doing some time. So what do y'all think about that, man?
I mean, that's crazy. Like, right after my thing is funny that he went to Dave & Buster's to do this, but it's crazy. Like, wow, you about to do some time for some accidental dumb shit. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you not probably finna do some time, but you got to go through this situation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
If he did do some time, I wouldn't lose no sleep.
Damn, B.
It'll just be another one right after him that makes more weak ass music.
Alrighty, so that being said, Lil Pump.
I mean, am I not being real? Like, that's honest. Like, if one of them go away, there's another one right behind them.
I mean, in a microwave era music, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It is somebody waiting in the wings to take his place.
Well, it might be somebody that's already out that's just gonna get pushed up to the platform.
Yeah, that's gonna get elevated. Yeah. Definitely.
You're right about that.
So I guess we're gonna move on from one slam to another slam. You know what I mean? Lil Pump dropped the Harvard.
Which one is Lil Pump?
That's Gucci Gang dude, right?
Yeah, that's the one J. Cole interviewed.
Yeah, he drops the album Harvard Dropout. So, again, I'm not a Lil Pump fan. I don't even really care for Gucci Gang that much, so I wasn't checking for this. So I asked the two of you, did you get a chance to check out the Harvard Dropout?
Not at all.
No?
The fact that it's called Harvard Dropout, I don't want to listen to.
So was the yarn timed?
Like, why would you call your album that? You obviously had a successful life ahead of you.
Yeah.
And now you're a gangster rapper, I guess, mumble rapper. And I don't know. It's just corny to me. Harvard Dropout. Wow. Because I heard he really did go to school, right? And do all this and was in Harvard.
So did he? Seriously?
He's only like 17.
I think he was on his way there or something, and he did decide
He got kicked out of school. He got kicked out of high school.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck is this album called Harvard Dropout for then?
I have no idea.
I don't want to hear this shit.
He got kicked out the crib, kicked out of high school.
And I hate to act like I'm old,
scumbag.
but it's stupid shit. Like
a young scumbag. That's what he is.
it's really dumb. Like
I don't even see that album on here. So
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. I just, hit that piff to see if it's on there. I don't see it, so I wonder where do you go to get this album?
it probably never came out.
Hopefully
it didn't. Keep that shit to yourself.
Keep it to yourself, son. Okay, so
Let's hurry up with that other joint.
right.
Oh, he lost it.
He lost what?
I guess the foul to it.
Oh,
So it didn't come out. It was supposed to be a mixtape.
This guy. Bright idea. Bright, you're a bright young man, Lil Pump.
Keep losing shit.
That was the best move you ever could have made.
All right, so we're going to move on to him.
Lose your music career, too.
To Mr. 400. YG making moves, man. Not only did he just put the Still Dangerous album out, like, it's been, 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
He just put that out, so, he doing his thing right now. He in his bag. But he's also going to be starring in a movie with Matthew McConaughey, and it's going to be called White Boy Rick.
I can't wait to see this.
All right. It's based on a true story of a Detroit kingpin and an FBI informant. And that is hitting theaters on September 14th. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do think this is YG's first foray into, theatrical releases, into movies. So what do y'all think, man?
I think he played in something like a.
He's got a movie out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like his own movie?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
okay.
did something. I ain't never checked it out, but I know.
Is it something he put out, or?
Yeah, I believe it's his work, his production.
Okay. All right. So this is so he got a little experience then. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I seen a preview to it, and I guess his role is the way he is as the charismatic guy.
Mm-hmm.
His role fits who he is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be cool to see him do all this and be this gangster or whatever he's supposed to be in the movie. But the movie gonna be dope. I know that much. The story I heard about the story before.
Mm-hmm.
Before this even came out. So White Boy Rick was one of them dudes out there.
Okay.
He was only 15, going on 16 or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was a pretty good story, and like I say, playing YG's character fits him perfectly. So I want to see that, seeing him in there and who all the other people in the movie as well.
Okay. That's what I was just about to ask. Is it any other people?
Matthew McConaughey's in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's White Boy Rick's father.
Okay.
And
Brian Tyree Henry that played in Atlanta, he's in it.
yeah, he's
Okay.
in it too.
Paperboy.
Paperboy, right? It's a good cast. From what I've seen, it's a real good cast. So, like I said, I'm up for it.
Let's take a quick glance at the cast real quick.
Another
Matthew McConaughey, YG, a young lady by the name of Taylor Page, Belle Powley, Danny Brown's in it.
my guy from what's his name, Power Rangers in it too.
Yeah, and as you said, Paperboy's in it, and then let's see, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot Danny Brown's in it.
Yeah, he's in it, and somebody named R.J. Seiler. Yeah. So got a nice little lineup.
He's from Detroit, so
Yeah. And so that it makes sense. Also, we'll be on the lookout for that. And our listeners, y'all be on the lookout for that. White Boy Rick. Okay, so before we round out our talk of music, we are going to talk about white artists that got flavor, man. You know what I'm saying? We was talking earlier, this week, and we something that's came up in the group chat. But when we say white artists with flavor, we talking about people like Pink. We're talking about Fergie from Black Eyed Peas fame, Gwen Stefani, Justin Timberlake, Daly, Robin Thicke. I'm gonna add one more name to that, y'all. Remy Shad.
is he white though?
Take a message
from my love.
Yeah, he's white.
I thought he was like Middle Eastern.
Was that his only song?
That's his. I was
claim to
searching.
fame.
That's the claim to fame. I was searching for him, and believe it or not, he has a lot of stuff on YouTube.
No, you know what you need to add? Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
Jamiroquai
How
was
can we forget Jamiroquai?
He was wrong.
So, out of those people, do you have a favorite, and why are those, artists not labeled as culture vultures?
A favorite out of all those, mine would be probably Robin Thicke and Jamiroquai. And Justin, I give Justin too.
Yeah.
Culture vultures? No, I think Robin Thicke probably just grew up. You know, I don't know because I don't know his life that well, but it seemed like he just. It's him. You know what I'm saying? He don't try to be it or not. It's him. He's cool. He's a cool white guy. He don't do other like John B was. He was a cool white guy. You know, he's not trying to do other things.
But then you look at his pops, and his pops was like the quintessential white
right,
guy.
Yeah.
But his pops was a cool white guy. Like
no, he was cool, but he didn't have soul. Like he wasn't.
Right. He didn't have, but he didn't present himself like that either, though. Like
I think Alan was like it's just he did that for the show, and like maybe after he got off the show, he come home play some James Brown. He a whole nother guy, but
like Alan Thicke was one of them white cats. Like he was one of those white fathers on TV shows. I was like, all right, who's cooler than Alan Thicke? Like
right.
you had Alan Thicke, you had the father from Step by Step. I might even throw Webster's father in there just for the old heads like myself. Mr. Drummond. You know, so we had some white
Drummond
cats.
wasn't cool.
He was stern.
He was
stern
cool for
father,
adopting
man.
black kids, but he wasn't. He wasn't cool.
So
man,
you know.
He was mean as shit.
But I felt like
if I had to name anybody that was a culture vulture, it would be him. It would be Justin Bieber.
See, yeah. I kind of go back and forth with that though because Justin Bieber got Usher behind him, don't he?
Yeah, but he learned it from Usher.
That was from a pop standpoint.
So no, I'm just saying because like I feel like
Justin Bieber wasn't discovered by singing like Luther and no shit like that. He was doing that baby
young
shit.
Kid. Yeah. Right. Yeah, he was on YouTube. Somebody saw him.
We just I think he got a pass though because of the Usher affiliation. That's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro.
And then Kanye did the Good Music Fridays, and he put him on one of those songs, and he put him on the song with Raekwon of all people.
And Chance put him on the song with the Juke Jam.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
You know, I think we just kind of give him a pass. But if you had to say a culture vulture, yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know too. I haven't really never listened to Justin Bieber to really say for sure myself personally.
Right.
This record was good as hell. I will say.
I listen to a lot of his shit when he do it with black people.
Yeah, I heard he got some joints. I don't listen to him. You know, I just never really took a liking to him. Right. You know, because I thought it was like maybe a generational thing. I thought I was too old, if you will.
But like people like Pink, I don't even see her as even trying to come our way. Like she's just who she is.
Well, Pink initially,
she's like an Eminem to me.
Initially, she was, you know what I mean, on that R&B tip heavily.
Right.
Like she moved away from it. I feel personally later on into her career, but that first album she had, Babyface writing for her and all the like prominent people.
I never listened to Pink.
Yeah. So that first album, you go and listen to that. It doesn't sound like the Pink of 2018.
Yeah, it sounded like some T-Bosh.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
When I seen her, I just knew she was a sexy
like
white
legit
chick, and she from the trailer parks.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I seen her. So
no, when she initially first came out, they presented her as like a white girl with soul, if you will.
Damn, I
know
know.
what I'm
saying?
I really pay attention to her.
You know,
it's my shit right here.
I don't know if I have a culture vulture in this mix. I'm very fond of Justin Daly and Robin Thicke.
Who is Daly?
He the one did the song "Be Alone Together" with Marsha Ambrosian.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a white guy.
Yeah, it's a white guy.
Okay.
But they don't, and the reason I don't think they're culture vultures is because they don't present themselves like, they black or something. Like
right.
they're not going and getting the ball fade and taper. You know, now Justin did get it a little bit earlier in the career. I can't cape for him on that.
That's what I'm thinking about. Like who actually went out their way to try to be us.
But they actually just kind of presented themselves, as white people, but they were like blue-eyed souls.
What's the one dude? Riff Raff. There you go.
Now he's a big culture vulture.
Yeah. Riff Raff
and that was from the MTV show G's the Gents. Like you seen that, and he still is. Now he's backing away from it kind of because he's doing a lot of wrestling, acting, and shit. Like he's trying to be his lane, his white people now. He's trying to be in his culture, but he still does the rap music, of course, which is fucking weak. But for some reason, I like Riff Raff. I don't know why.
He's a clown.
He is a clown, but he's
Riff
funny.
Raff definitely got some clowns.
He's funny as shit to me.
I rock with G-Eazy.
Yeah, Jeezy cool.
I like Jeezy.
Jeezy, you can trace his roots back.
He's speaking of the blind spotting, the white guy who plays him, he reminds me of
that
Jeezy.
the Jeezy
They both
vibe?
from the Bay. They both from the Bay, so he really reminds me of him.
But this is that Dolly song, Daily song.
Yeah, I never knew.
You thought this was a black woman, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did too.
I initially thought it was Marsha's song. I thought it was Marsha on both verses.
Two black women singing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But now,
Let me see how he look.
Daly has a great album. Both his albums are great.
Yeah.
I love both his albums.
Yeah,
Like,
he has some
you know
phenomenal
what I'm saying? He got some great work. I was mad I didn't get to see him.
He's British?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is him.
Yeah. So listen to his album when you get a chance, bro, because it's some good music.
I'm gonna
Some
check
good
it
music. But yeah, man, that's all I got for music, y'all. So from this, we are going to bounce right into sports.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah, that's you.
That's my call? All right, I'm going to go right in, Coach. So, in sports, we ain't really got much here, so I'm going to just go ahead and dive into this real fast. Kobe Bryant invested $6 million into a sports drink called Body Armor. Right now, that sports drink company is worth $200 million.
Kobe with the bag.
So he is definitely making use of his coins while he's not playing ball anymore.
Right.
What you guys think about the moves off the court that Kobe's making? He's dabbing in film too. So
That's
I'm
what
laughing straight to the bank with this.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do. Like what you said about Nikki.
Yeah.
And I said she should do movies.
Yeah.
You know, when it's time, when your time is up, it's time is up.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to continue to make this money, then you got to find a way to make it. You can't sit here and be, oh, I give up on making money, or I just want to keep trying to hoop. Let me go play for this or play that. No.
Right.
Make your money elsewhere, man.
I think this is a good thing for Kobe and maybe a good thing for athletes as a whole because it shows them, all right, it is a life after the sport that you in, not just for basketball, but all athletes, because you always hear these stories about, you know what I'm saying, them falling off, you know what I mean? After, I remember, you know, it's not Kobe, but I remember Derek Coleman, like, he used to play for the New Jersey Nets. After he stopped playing basketball, like, shortly after that, he had to file for bankruptcy because, you know, you had piled up and amassed all of these bills and you're used to this lifestyle, but you don't have the income coming in anymore to support the lifestyle.
Right.
And a lot of those guys, it doesn't seem like they have a contingency plan or just a plan for life after, you know what I'm saying, being an athlete. Mm-hmm. So guys like Kobe, who had great careers, you know what I'm saying, got multi-million-dollar endorsements and were able to secure money even while playing, you know what I'm saying, off of the court, if you will. You know, Kobe was a guy that, you know, before the sex scandal he had, Kobe had a video game back in the day. He had endorsements with people like he's with Nike right now, but he was with Adidas as well.
Right.
I'm trying to remember that little that chocolate. It's kind of like, it's a chocolate spread like peanut butter, but it's not peanut butter. Nutella. He had an endorsement with him.
Really?
Endorsement with
Yeah.
Nutella?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know,
So
so
he's had a Sprite endorsement.
he had a Sprite
Yeah,
endorsement
I remember
before. You know, he lost the Nutella one during the sex scandal, but you know that was to be expected.
Damn,
you know?
Nutella was out that long?
Yeah, been out
Shit.
forever. But
I ain't
so
never ate that shit before.
it's a thing where he's showing other players like, look, you have to have a plan for when you get off of that court. You know what I mean? So you know, and it really reminded me of the 50 Cent shit too. Like, you know, when he did the thing with vitamin water. I was going to say quarter water. You know, he did that with vitamin water, and it was just it turned out to be a lucrative thing for him. And you know, this Body Armor drink is turning out to be a lucrative thing for Kobe. So, you know, salute to Kobe, man.
Oh yeah, big ups to that.
All right, so keeping it NBA, Carmelo Anthony. You know, we know he's made his transition to the Houston Rockets. There's been reports that he is coming off the bench, and he's going to have to try to embrace that role. So, what do you think he's going to, embrace it, or is he going to, have a little lashback, or how you think that's going to go?
I think Kobe finna fuck. Not Kobe. Carmelo finna fuck that team up. Because it's like, why you can't take that role, man? Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, granted that Trevor Reeves is gone now, and we probably do need you to come in and step up. But if the coach say it's not fitting, just agree with it and say, let's go at your way, coach. And if it don't work that way, then you have opportunity to say, now you can start me.
Yeah.
But I don't get why he don't want to do it. But I think he should. It should be happening because the bench they got is pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
And for Kobe to come in, not Kobe, keep calling him Kobe. Melo to come in, he can do what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? He can still get that ball, score the points he wants to, and still also have those others around him to help him, like Eric Gordon or
and propel
Gerald
them
Green. Right. And it's like your best bet is to do that, man. You've been proven wrong many of times. You know, this ain't New York. This ain't Denver no more. It's time to change the game up.
If it's gonna lead to a ring, if I'm Melo, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it. I mean, I might be doing it begrudgingly. You know what I'm saying? And it might get, or you can use it as energy. Like, you know, try to look at the flip of that. All right, you and D'Antoni, they don't have any prior dealings before this, right?
Nah. No, D'Antoni.
Because I remember him being a coach of the Knicks before.
I think he was there when he was on the Knicks. I think so. I'm not sure.
Because Melo was in there for he was a Knick for quite a while. So I don't know what his relationship with him is. You know what I mean? But I don't remember it being like a positive thing, if that. You know what I mean? Because obviously D'Antoni ended up
he was
leaving.
He was a Knick with him.
So I don't know how that worked. And this might be you know, like you said, Melo could either, you know, propel his team and help them get to the title, or it could be something that this is just self-destructs and it doesn't work for the season.
Feel about, you know, starting at the 4, or the concept of starting at the 4, or even coming off the bench? And the second question is,
Well, me?
Oh. I guess that answers that part.
I mean, I don't know where that started, where that came from. Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
I wonder if P meant Chris Paul. I heard when he was saying that during that conference.
I think that was an OKC interview.
Yeah, that was
I think he was talking to Paul George.
Oh,
maybe.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how obviously that's how he feels about coming off the bench, and that was all of 1 year ago. So
Yeah.
He needs to, like you say, if he wants to win a championship, man.
If it's about winning the title and everybody's on board and say, hey, man, we think this is what's best for this team to get past the Warriors and then go ahead. Because if they can get past the Warriors, then, yeah, I would go ahead and say
and I feel they can.
They can go ahead and, you know, get a title. So it's all in his hands, really. If he can set his ego aside and go ahead and do it, hey, go ahead and do it, man. Go get that ring and you can ride off to the sunset. Or you can go do what you should have did and went to the Lakers, and you might have been starting on there for sure, you
Definitely
know,
would have been.
because you and your boy right there, Brown might would have went to, you know, to the West Caller for you and been like, yo, I need this man starting with me, you know, and it could have went like that. But
I feel like Melo, if it don't work for the first beginning of the season, he gonna get traded around trade time.
I was thinking that too. I gotta agree with you on that. It's gonna be one of those things where it's either gonna implode or it's gonna work.
Yeah.
And I would hope that it works because, like you said, they don't have Trevor Ariza there no more. They lost some of those pieces in the offseason, so you know they really need this experiment to work.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean he's got a vet minimum deal, so that's an easy contract to trade. So.
Exactly. Might still see him in the Bulls jersey, y'all. Hey.
Yeah, we not gonna. So speaking of Bulls jerseys, former Bulls players Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade had some words exchanged on Instagram. So I guess so. What happened is Gabrielle Union Wade posted a swimsuit picture on Instagram, and Jimmy Butler put "well damn" in all caps.
And I was gonna go on there and say, "Hey, auntie."
And she's definitely worth the hey auntie. But he went on there and you know, said his piece. and here's what Dwayne Wade did right. He didn't respond under her pic. He responded under his pic on his page and say, hey, you put well damn under my wife's picture again, and you know what I'm saying, you're going to get into it. So Wade didn't take light of that, and Jimmy still tried to make light of the situation. Like, I'm still coming to the barbecue, though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that nigga's arrogant as hell, bro.
So it's Michael Jordan's son.
That's
What
your
you
man's,
expect?
yo.
It's Michael
It's your
Jordan's son.
man's.
What do you
That's
expect?
not my man's, bro.
I like Jimmy Butler, but
I
I
don't
took
like
it as for a minute. I'm like, are they playing? Because I went to try to find out what Wade said, but like you said, it wasn't on her picture. It was on his. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, damn, is they playing back and forth? Like you do this as a joke, and then at the, like he said, the barbecue. I'm still coming to the barbecue. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing,
I think
Jimmy?
Jimmy tried to make it a joke, but I think Wade was serious.
Right, Wade probably ended up.
Man,
being
how
serious.
Wade gonna be serious and he was just cheating on Gabby? Like, nigga, stop playing.
Hey,
now you want to be Kyle Thomas. You're emotional.
hey, that's still his wife, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is supposed to be your man's,
but
bro.
bro, you done had a whole baby on this woman. Whole baby. Like, bro, like, knock it off. That's just me. And I'm an asshole. So I would, if I'm Jimmy Butler, I'm already arrogant. I'm going to say that. Bro, whole baby. What are you talking about right now?
To play devil's advocate, Gabrielle Union can't have kids right now. She has fertility problems.
Which is even worse.
But he cheated and had the baby. Like he wouldn't have had the baby.
We don't know that.
Hey, no, they was together. They was together and he was at the end.
No, I'm saying we don't know if he didn't, hey, can I go knock somebody up since I can't knock you up?
Unless they set that all up to act like she was all mad and shit, but he was out here on this summer with Miami shit.
But that's part of marriage. You have different situations. You work through your differences, and you handle it like adults should.
I would have told him, Negro, please. You was just out here talking about it. And when June come, I'll be going to September. Now, would you hate me for that? Now you want to be on there talking about my summer rain.
Right, and then motherfucker.
Summer rain.
It's funny, he commented like a couple times, wait, all mine, that's me. Emoji faces. I said, damn, Wayne, shit, like what are you doing?
Right. So I mean, so check this out. So if you had a girl, she posted a sexy picture on Instagram, and I commented like, "Damn, I'd smash that," or something crazy. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't take offense to that?
Yeah. The only way I'm taking offense to it is if we like really boys. You know what I'm saying?
Like how we are now.
If they're like that, then yeah, I get the frustration. If y'all cool like on that level. If but it's no different than when other dudes be on the gram. These women be somebody woman, you know what I'm saying?
But we don't know them dudes. We don't know the girl half
and
the
they're
time.
Good friends. They go to wine.
That's what I'm saying. If y'all friends, if y'all friends on that level, then yeah, I see the frustration. I get it. I get it. I'm just making light of it.
I'm just saying they both went to Marquette, so they have something in common. They both played on the Bulls. They was teammates.
Yeah.
So I mean, why wouldn't they be friends? And we see them interact when they did play on the Bulls together. So. For them to be close or somewhat close, and then for him to say something like that on his wife's page, to me that's wrong.
It is,
right. and that just shows that Jimmy don't really give a damn about nobody. He's arrogant as hell, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I felt like it might have been a joke, but it's also like why would you joke in that way?
Yeah, maybe he thought it was. Maybe Jimmy thought it was a joke, but that's not a way you joke with people.
No, right. and especially
and if you know Wade, you know what I'm saying,
right.
Especially,
he probably thought he could do that because he knew Wade.
Yeah, he probably did. But and this is another thing I always say, and like I said, I'm just making light of it, just playing devil's advocate. But I always say you don't talk about a man's wife.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. Like me personally, I don't even want to be my homie's girlfriend's friends. Like, nah, we not on that level. Like, don't call me, don't text me, talking about let's go have lunch. No, I don't want to do none of that. You talk to him.
Right.
I'll talk to you when I come over. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's the extent of it. I never want to be friends with my homie's girlfriend.
So what if you knew the girl before she got with your boy?
I mean,
what if y'all was friends before they hooked up?
I had a situation like that, and I didn't really talk to Jay, my homie Jay, in the studio. Danielle, I knew Danielle before they hooked up. You know what I'm saying? And what did I do? I stepped back.
No, I'm not saying be actively jaying down. I'm talking
about and that's what, just as a friend, I stepped back.
So y'all wouldn't have no outside conversation.
No, I didn't because depending on the guy, and this is no shot at my homie, you know what I'm saying, but depending on the guy, some guys are sensitive when it comes to that. They don't want you to be that close. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable with myself, and the way I feel like is if a woman goes, she wanted to go. So I ain't gonna get mad. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna have a disagreement with her more so than the guy. I'm gonna blame her more so than the guy.
I can respect Tim's decision on that because he's saying that's his guy, and I don't know how maybe you and her were friends at first. Like y'all hang out.
I mean, we didn't hang out, but I have been knowing this girl forever. Okay, she went to school with my little sister. You know what I mean? So I had been knowing her since yay high.
Right.
So I had been knowing her for quite a while, but things like that, I stepped back. And he did the same thing. He had a close friend that I ended up hooking up with, and he stepped back. Right. Because it became a thing of You know, well, Shorty was. That's kind of a funny story. I'm gonna keep it on this, but I'll tell y'all after. But it's just best, I feel, to just step back and don't have those boundaries be crossed. Whether I knew him before or he knew him before, I just feel like that's kind of the way to go, because now you being put in a situation where you might have a disagreement and the girlfriend wants to tell you intricate details and shit, and I don't want to know that much about my homie. No, don't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know
when
that.
it comes down to that, you got to quickly separate it and say,
they want to act. They want to say, so in this particular, do you like candles? No, don't ask me that. No, next subject. So that's just me. But I was just saying, in regards to them, I didn't know the closeness of their relationship, but shame on you, Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? Shame on you.
Me, I'm the opposite. I mean, if you were really close with the girl and then she hooked up with the guy, I don't see why you would pull back. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, different circumstances would, equate to different. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you have to adjust accordingly. But for the most part, I mean, like, if we were cool then, we're probably still cool. I probably won't talk to you as much, but we still talk.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. So, I feel you. We can agree to disagree.
Right. So, back to the basketball. Kylie, I guess that's what I think you were
Kyrie.
Kylie Jenner
I didn't
and
pay attention to that until you just
Kylie hitting the court, baby.
Kylie Jenner and Jimmy Butler. So Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler to New York could be a possibility next offseason. So this was one of Old Man Logan's biggest predictions for next season. So you still sticking by that? You hoping that's happening? What's going on with you?
I mean, I ain't really a Knicks fan, but I do like Porzingis. You know what I mean? I think he's a solid player. I would like to see him have a chance. I would like to see New York get to the big dance at least once. You know what I'm saying? They the closest they got, I can't remember when it was, but the Magic ousted them. And
that was when the Spurs.
Did they get to the finals?
They went
before?
to the finals and Spurs beat them.
Okay, so they've been there before, but they haven't. I'm referencing when Orlando went and they played the Rockets. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay. That was with Shaq.
Yeah, and they went and Orlando went and got trashed. But
they didn't go to the finals with Bernard King.
I can't remember.
No, I don't think so. I think that was the last time in the finals was.
But
as the old heads would say, Bernard King. Bernard King.
But New York is a very lucrative team. It's a big attraction. Anybody that goes to New York, while the NBA season is going on, they make sure it's on the docket. During their time there, they hit Madison Square Garden. So why not have a big three there? You know what I'm saying? Right. That can attract. Become a super duper mega attraction. If Kyrie and Jimmy can make it work with Porzingis, it sounds like a winning combination to me, as long as they go and they get those guys some support. That bench still has to be strong. The other two, starting characters, or that starting five lineup, they got to be solid. They got to be able to make that three work.
Right.
So,
well, my thing, I always like New York as a team from movies like Sunset Park and watching Eddie and shit. It's just something about New York I always like. So I became a Knicks fan. To the point where when I create my dude on 2K, his name is Bernard Sims, after basically Bernard King. I named Bernard Sims.
Yeah, Bernard Sims?
Yeah, name I little made up. So I would like that. Only thing that kind of gets me is I'm not liking Kyrie right now because the situation that happened, he didn't want to be there with LeBron, and then beforehand, and now you don't want to be here with the Celtics due to them guys are growing and becoming the stars. And it's like, why are you being this type of player? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I like him as a player, as a great player, but I'm not liking his character right now. It's like, dude, if you with a team and you got to be with that team and y'all winning, just stay there in Boston. It would be perfect to see him in New York, but if you're leaving because these guys are the stars now, it's like it's a sucker move to me. Like,
I guess that's something that him and Jimmy have in common. Like, their personalities suck.
Because Jimmy. I like Jimmy's kind of.
They're both good players, but I hate Jimmy Butler's personality.
I like his when it came to hooping, because how he went on Cat, he was like, "You're not being, you're not pushing yourself to be the better man that you can be," and I respect that, because Jimmy wants to win, and if you ain't gonna win, then fuck it, you don't need to be on the team, or I'll leave.
Right.
Plain and simple. So I mean, I like that too about him. So, and then I like Porzingis is a good player to me, and Tim Hardaway, you got him as shooting guard. Still hate him for getting crossed over by Wade's son, but. You know, I think that'll be a good team. I would like to see that happen in New York, and it gives it more expansion now over there in the East.
Yeah.
To be dominant.
It gives some competition in the East, you know.
It gives a good competition. So if that happens, you know, let it go along. You know, I'm going to try to build back to being a Kyrie fan again if that happens. So
Hey, this is a good topic for y'all to call in and chime in on the Jimmy Butler and Wade scenario. So would you know what I'm saying, still be cool with the friend before they hooked up with your friend, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So call up and chime in on that one, man. 872-307-3828. Like to hear from you.
Or even send a text message, voicemail, whatever.
Text, voicemail.
Speaking of voicemails, let's hit up that voicemail we got.
Well, you know, let me run through the rest of this docket right quick. Okay. So back to your boy Zion.
Oh yeah.
He's out there, you know, showing out in Duke.
Man. The NBA's newest face.
Man, he ain't in the NBA
Hey, he's NBA, all right? If he can stay healthy and don't get hurt, that motherfucker about to take off.
Well, he's built like a machine, so I'm sure he won't get hurt.
He's another robot.
Yeah.
They built another robot.
He a dark-skinned version of Bane.
Like, the way I just was looking at his game, the highlights, and I'm like, man, this kid is crazy. Like the way he
one
plays.
Of us in the Records, brother.
He's big. He take over. He's like a quick Shaq or something like that. Like
so,
I don't know.
So what's your prediction for his numbers this college season?
This is my first time I'm gonna actually watch college all the way through. So
for Zion,
yeah,
that's ridiculous.
That's my favorite player right now. LeBron's finna go away. I gotta find somebody else to like. Zion
the
Williamson.
Second coming.
Yeah, Zion Wilson. Then it's gonna be Bronny when he comes. But but no. I think maybe around. I see him getting like 15 a game. I don't see him taking over. You know, as much as that because you got R.J. Barrett. Yeah. If he's not true to being a point guard, you know the way he plays, but I see him taking over. Zion taking over, getting like 15. A lot of blocks, hella blocks, 4-5 blocks a game. And a lot of rebounds as well. So, I mean, it's going to be this Duke team. I think is going to be good. It's put together well, and hopefully, Coach K puts him in a position where he can develop and be better for the next year, and if he goes to the league next year. So, I hope he does become that passer, that leader of a team, and take over a team. It'd be nice if not. He probably do need to pair it with a good point guard because that's what I'm seeing a lot now. Like he needs a good point guard to help him get where he, his points wise and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't really want to speak on Zion yet. I want to see him actually play in the season first, and then once March Madness come around, then I have some judgment then.
J down then.
I'm giving the Dukies the champion. I'm going with him. Give me some Duke shorts.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know what. I don't know what the landscape is looking like in NCAA right now. So once I get a feel for it, probably maybe in December, January, I'll probably know.
Yeah, because I'm going for Arizona as well. Because Shaq's on over there. I think he's cool.
Yeah, I like him too.
Shaq's on, so I'm going for that guy as well too.
Sharif O'Neal, shout out to him. Also, we got the basketball video games coming out. We got NBA Live 19. We got NBA 2K 19. 2K has had the run going for years. Almost 2 decades, I would say. Live kind of fell off. They actually didn't make, the game for a couple years. And then they showed up again, and it's actually looking like something, that I'm willing to purchase.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see what you guys were looking at. The screenshots of the game. Have you played the previous years of Live and 2K? And then do you think you'll be purchasing, one of the two, or if not both?
Well, my guy Rio, we just purchased it already. We do the game sharing thing on the Xbox, so
okay.
I got to send him my half. Right. But we got it already. But
Live?
Yeah. Well, we can't play it yet, but purchased it. But Live given us more fun to your my player. That's my whole thing. I feel like live still gonna have to work on the base of, let's say me and you playing 1-on-1 or online, with the Rockets or the Lakers or whatever. That still don't look as good to me. Maybe this year it'll be different.
18 looked a little archaic.
It looks very
arcadey.
Yeah. So it's like, but the my player part looks real good. As I was playing it on 18, it's like the fact that you can go to parks, the fact that you can, build your player without paying for VC. It makes it much better because this year they're talking about having downloadable content. So if you from here and what's another popular park in Chicago? I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, wherever you from, if a bunch of
I know
people,
I used to hoop at West Pullman Park.
well, if a bunch of people from West Pullman get on Twitter and tell EA, this is another great park people come play in, can y'all put it in the game? They're going to possibly throw that park in the game.
See, but they would have to come and actually.
Yeah, they said they'll come and do all of that.
Yeah, it might be a little dangerous going over there on 122nd.
Well, they probably won't go there. Maybe they'll do. What was that NBA Street? They did the basketball court up downtown by the beach.
Foster Park?
Is that Foster Park?
I think so.
I just remember them having that basketball court in the game back in the day.
Whatever they tell
the
them.
The one that they doing on live this year is the one that's on 16th and State.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wherever it is, if it gets a popular thing going, they gonna put it in the game, and which is dope because it gives you, when the season is over with, they keep giving you something to do. Other than 2Ks with my career, I don't even finish it.
Right.
Like I get done, it gets boring. The same cut scenes. It's like,
exactly.
What is there else to do with your guy? You go to this little generic park y'all they made, and it's like, this is lame because I got to play with a bunch of people who don't pass the ball.
And then I'm tired of spending money to get this dude better.
I
paid $60 for the game, then I'm gonna end up paying $160 to make this dude better.
Right, and then and then they had it where you can run and work out, but shit, you only get like 1 point of, what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is this? So I don't know. I'm just done with 2K. I still haven't seen what they're doing for my career.
Oh, and they Live was first to incorporate the WNBA,
which was big,
and
which
now
they did in
create
18.
Create you a girl now,
right? So last year they was the inception of the WNBA in the game. This year you can actually create a female basketball player, take to the park,
get your face scanned and everything.
Right. So
Live is winning. I'm rolling with Live this year, and here on out to 2K comes out and do something better. Live just needs to get they body mods up. That's all.
Yeah, I haven't played Live in a very long time, but talking to y'all in the group chat, and I was in support of them adding the WNBA into the game. I thought that was a great move on EA Sports' behalf to include them. You know what I mean? And it's a potential market too. Like, it's a lot of women out here to play video games. So, if they want to play basketball, okay, well now they have the option to play basketball with a female basketball player.
Right, because you was on 2K and you'd see, on the park, you'd see a person who had like a female name, Miss, whatever, whatever. And she'd be, having like weird ass, red hair. But it would be a dude. But it was a girl.
Right.
They couldn't make the female. So now on Live, you can make the female and, make them how you like it. Accessorize, all that good stuff.
Right. So I don't think 2K is going to let that stand for too long.
Oh, no. Hell no.
They're going to have, if they want to compete, because that right there is just going to start driving people to Live.
Right.
2K for a long time has just kind of been systematic. It hasn't really been updating. Back in the day, like, when they first introduced the whole 2K series, Visual Concepts, it was so innovative, and it was a better game than Live. Like, what I mean? And that's what brought you to it. The last Live I played, to be honest, I was telling y'all, like the one with I think Carmelo was on it. Yeah. On the cover, me and him, we played the one with Wade on there, and that shit was trash. We threw that shit somewhere and left it. Like, just was what it was. But
I think the last one I bought, KG was on the covers.
See, I couldn't tell you when that was.
Until 18 came out and I bought that.
I don't even lie. I think the last time I played Live was when, maybe Nick Van Exel was on the Lakers.
Wow.
Because when 2K first hit on Dreamcast, I stayed with 2K.
Yeah.
I didn't go back to
and
Live.
that made me want a Dreamcast.
Right.
Just for that.
That commercial with all them there.
Actually, no, the last one I bought, Dwight Howard was on the car. I think that was 2010.
Okay.
That was the last Live.
Yeah, I was done with Live until 17. I seen all that. I said, damn, they let you play in real life parks, the Drew League.
Right.
I'm one,
yeah.
you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's big too, because these are actual parks, not some shit that they made up.
I hate
Right,
that. Like
right.
that. I hate generic shit, especially in the game.
Rough
You
Riders
a
Park.
top tier, right? Like you a top tier game, and you want to. Oh, we gonna give y'all generic shit.
Right, so that's one of the things. They're gonna have to go back to the drawing board with that and be a little more innovative, bring some stuff to the table that's gonna be able to compete. That part I do like though. Like I feel like that was lacking in video games. Like for a long time, all you really did have was 2K.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably felt on their end. Okay, well we only got to tweak this or tweak that, and
Right.
put the same game out. I mean, EA was doing that with Madden forever. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just started adding that little career mode into their game.
Yeah.
But I like the competition. I like having the option to say, damn, you hit the store and say, do I want to get live or do I want to get 2K?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That really hasn't been the case ever.
Ever. And I wish it was some way to be able to do that with football. If we was still supporting football right now, because EA Madden it ain't trash, but it's just the same thing every year. It's
2K,
Because NFL 2K was
yeah,
wrong.
2K
Yeah.
football was good.
That was cold.
And I felt like that's why EA did that. Like, all right, we're going to give y'all a glob of money to get this license. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because they killing us on the game. You know?
I guess it was like an even exchange. It was like, all right, well, we get, 2K gets basketball and EA can get
Right.
football. So,
Right. And that just kind of was the unspoken agreement, if you will. But now EA, like, nah, we need that bag too.
Yeah.
So they improving. I gotta wait, man. I gotta wait and see. Like I had said initially, even before we started seeing how 2K19, not 2K19, Live 19 was developing. I said I wasn't gonna rush out and go buy 2K19. I was gonna wait maybe until like Black Friday, if anything.
That's what I'm doing.
But with these developments, I don't know. I might be going to get live on Black Friday. Just to see what's going on.
It's just little nuances in the game with 2K that they just got to improve on. Like, if you throw the ball in the paint to the big man while he's like moving in transition, he'll lose the ball or he won't catch it. Like that's not even real life, bro. Like
Turnover for no reason.
That's the one where you be screaming, "Oh, the game cheating, bro!" I swear to God.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, y'all want to chime in? Let us know which one you grabbing. Call us up, send text, voicemail at 872-307-3828. Bam. And yeah, let's get into our phone call messages that we got for the week.
Yeah, shout out for calling, leaving a voicemail, you know what I mean? Texting, all that good stuff. Continue to do it, we're going to continue to bring it.
This question is for everybody. Who are your preseason favorites for NBA titles such as NBA MVP of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, etc.?
So, what are your picks for the different categories, awards for NBA, like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man?
Melo for 6 man.
If he plays it, yeah.
Right. If he played Melo for 6 man. MVP, it's going to be kind of hard, man. That's actually gotten super competitive. The favorites, obviously, Steph, KD, Harden. LeBron's name is always there. I'd like to see some more names added to that. Kyrie might have a great year this year. If he does, I'm going to go with Kyrie.
I'm going with, if LeBron brings LA to a good run in the playoffs, him. Or at least the playoffs, him. But
A good round in the first round?
Yeah. And my main one is AD. I'm going with Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. It's about that time for him, too.
I'm going to go with Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Joel,
I seen that one somewhere, too.
Joel I think he's the truth.
Yeah?
I think he's the truth. He got inside. He's dominant inside.
Yeah.
He's got a decent outside game. He can defend. He just got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, I think he can be an MVP type
And
player.
he's a great guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's a great
He's
character.
charismatic.
Charismatic, yeah, and he got a personality. He energetic in the game.
He's got that, that energy that you
Yeah.
want your MVP to have.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And my second pick would be Anthony Davis also. So,
Nice.
What about defensive player of the year? I'm going with Embiid for that
I'm
too.
going with Embiid too.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
I'm going with Embiid.
Either Embiid or Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, maybe Jimmy buckets. Yeah, yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
I see
Jimmy, the thing, Jimmy, and this happened when he was in Chicago. He had to exert so much energy on the offensive end, like his defense kind of took a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He
So
was getting tired. 6 man, I will. I don't. It's hard for 6 man with me, but if Melo comes off the bench, I'll go with him. If he does that, I'll go with him 6 man of the year for numerous years if he can keep it going.
Or you can go with Andre. He's a safe bet.
Iguodala.
Yeah. He always a safe bet for that 6 man of the year.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
you got the Iguodalas, you got the Crawford, you got the Lou
Right.
Williams, and that's probably who I'm gonna go with, Lou Williams. If he's still coming off the bench, I heard he might be starting though.
They should start him. He's a good player, but
If he is starting, then I'm gonna go with Jamal again.
Jamal Crawford is always. Well, he's been a 6 man what 2-3 times.
At least.
Yeah. So, definitely him.
So yeah, Jamal, he's pushing up on 40. He still look 25 out there giving them boys the buckets.
Man.
Killing.
What else we got? Most improved player.
That I'm kind of out of the loop. I didn't really watch this season that much. I didn't really pay attention, to be honest,
won it
until the
last year?
playoffs.
I think Oladipo won it.
Because I was finna say him.
Wait. We didn't even put up Giannis in the MVP discussion.
He's not MVP for me.
I still don't see him as MVP.
Nah, bro.
Most improved. Damn, I can't think of nobody. I have to watch.
I have to watch. Yeah, I ain't really watched.
But Donovan Mitchell, I think he'll be a better improvement from his rookie season.
I think he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was real
already,
good,
so I don't think he can really improve that much.
I think he will. I think he'll get even better. This the only name that pops up to me right now is him. I can't think of nobody else. Like
I'm looking
let's
at
watch it.
possibly Jabari Parker.
I was beginning to say Jabari, Big
Didn't
Bar.
think about him.
'Cause, I mean, he really didn't get a full season last year, so
Right.
he can come in this year and really make a difference. Being one of the main guys that the
Right.
offense is focused in on. So, championship. Who's taking it home?
Safe bet, Warriors.
Cleveland. No.
Cleveland ain't making the playoffs.
All right. I'm gonna say either Celtics
Oh, it's going to the East.
No,
or
hell no.
Celtics or Houston.
I say Houston.
If Houston can beat the Warriors,
That's a big if.
the only if is Melo really. If Melo just do what the fuck he's supposed to do, they can beat him.
It's the camaraderie. Like the Warriors genuinely want to play with each other. They genuinely want to win. Like them guys make it look like it's so easy and they just having
Because
fun
nobody
out there.
trying. Only motherfucker that tries to me against the Warriors is Damian Lillard. He the only one that tries to beat
the
them.
Rockets were trying too.
Yeah, the Rockets was too. And Chris
Them was some
Paul
pretty competitive
mysteriously got hurt. I
Right.
understand that shit. That's just weird. The last game, chance to beat him, you just your whole thigh shot out now. That's fucked up.
Y'all sitting here acting like DeMarcus Cousins didn't just go to the Warriors.
But DeMarcus Cousins still got to wait till like February or something to play.
That's all you need. He's got to just be ready for playoffs.
Man, I ain't going for that shit. I think he's going to come fuck that team up and him and Draymond going to get too many texts and they going to have to sit their ass down. So
Right, they went and got them. They got him another bad boy to be down
Right.
there with Draymond. That's all.
So I'm not going for the Warriors. I'm going either Houston or Celtics.
That's why I said a safe bet. I mean,
Maybe
I don't really.
miraculously LeBron finds his way up there. I don't know.
I mean, I know the Angels hit the outfield. I don't know if they hit the hardwood.
We
Pause.
got what's the name now? What's the name brother coming out there as a ghost
Who?
helping him out? From what the fuck is the name of that movie?
6 men.
Yeah, 6 man. Got a 6 man.
Kadeem
out
Hardison?
there. Kadeem Hardison out there helping LeBron.
They gonna need him. I don't even think the ghost can help him.
All right, so I think we got another question here. Let's go.
Hey, this message is for B. Daniels. Now that we are a month away from the start of the NBA season, who are your preseason early predictions to go to the finals, and who do you have winning?
Well, we just answered that.
Right,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Warriors all day. That's
Hey, this
easy.
message is for
So, Yeah, I mean, the team didn't get worse. They didn't get, necessarily better. They stayed the same, so you can't lose.
And they the team to beat, man. So
No other team really got better. With Carmelo on the Rockets, they didn't get better.
All I'm gonna say
they
is
should have kept traveling.
Yeah,
injuries happen. All right.
yeah.
But an
Steph
injury
is
to
pretty
that team-
injury
People
prone.
fall
Yeah.
downstairs. People
Are
get
you,
hit by
wish, are you
cars.
wishing this on somebody, bro?
Steph, if you even want to go that route, Steph is probably the closest thing on the Warriors to Mr. Glass. But even with that, KD is a fucking monster. Like he been on a tear. Like love him or hate him,
tear
that
something else,
dude,
too.
man.
Hey, and don't act like Clay can't just go for 30 in a quarter.
Yeah, man.
He's the only Warrior I like.
And I'm not the biggest Warrior fan here. I hate that they just killing it like that. It's not competitive to me. Like the finals. You know, it's going to be 4 games right now, and it's just kind of like, bruh.
He's the only Warrior I like is Klay Thompson. I really, you know what I really hope? I really hope that what's his name, Adam Silverman, comes up and say, you know what, we're gonna just throw everybody around. Top 16 teams play for the championship. I really, because the way it is, like you said, it's too competitive.
It's going to be all West teams, though.
Right.
If it is,
the East ain't going to be on
It's
that.
going to be all West teams.
If it be
and
that
2
way,
East
then it be
teams.
that way. Then you know what I'm saying? It's just right now it's ridiculous because the main thing we're looking for is the Western Conference Finals to see if LeBron can make it. That's about to be the biggest topic they're gonna talk about. Watch.
I think
to see if LeBron and the Warriors, the Lakers and the Warriors go at it. That's what
LeBron
they're
going
gonna talk
fishing.
about.
LeBron is going fishing early this year, bro.
Yeah, I believe he will.
But
you know.
I do feel like the Western Conference playoffs, that's going to be a real rugged run. Like it ain't going to be easy for the Warriors this year. It's going to be real physical.
Yeah.
But I do think they're still going to prevail. Given some freak accidents happening. But I don't really see. I don't really see it.
I mean, like DeMar DeRozan, he's making San Antonio better this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be.
Portland is going to be there.
It's gonna
Houston
be
is
tough.
going
Like
to be
them
there.
guys gonna really be fighting for them spots this year. Like it's gonna be it's the
Nuggets,
better conference.
The Nuggets got a good core. They almost made it last year.
Jazz, they made it, but
Yeah, the Jazz, they getting better. Dallas is getting better.
So we gotta wait and see. But that's gonna be the entertaining thing to me. The West playoffs, that's where that's gonna be. The meat and potatoes.
Definitely.
All right, man. So that's sports, man. If you want to chime in on anything that we discussed on sports, you can always hit up on the phone line, 872-307-3828. I'm going to keep plugging that joint all episode long.
In the words of Jewels. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
All right, now we on the movies. I'm gonna start it off with something small because other things I want to get into. It's anime release 1.5. Do you guys know anything about that? Because
that's actually a music album.
That
The
is?
anime is the dude that made the song Caroline.
Oh. I thought that was.
I did too.
That's why I put
I
it
was about to say,
okay.
post this out.
Right.
okay, well,
All right, shout out to anime. Oh, you got.
change your name, brother.
Noticed on Boulevard Ave there, buddy. Okay.
I don't even know if it's anime. It's probably anime or something like that. I don't
see.
know.
It could be. Yeah.
I be trash with pronouncing.
I don't
names.
know. I've never heard anybody say his name.
I hope I'm saying Muslim right when I say that shit.
Okay, well, we're going to go on to the trailer for The Nun. They saying this might be too scary. And you guys think, is it such thing as scary anymore? Or
No.
you don't think it's such thing as scary?
That trailer isn't scary.
I know that. The trailer didn't scare me either. But when I seen it, I was thinking they were saying maybe the movie is more scary and the trailer is just a snippet of the scare.
I mean, it was typical tropes though. Like what I saw in the trailer. Like I didn't. When I saw it, I was like, huh?
Because what scared me, when you go to the movie theater and see it, what scared me is when this scene where the nun, she was behind her,
Yeah.
and she turns around and the other nun just hit
Another
her.
one hits
So
from
I'm
the
like, oh
side.
shit, yeah. I'm like, oh, that was a good part.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was like oh my god, like you know what I mean, like you dropping your popcorn and shit. Like it was just kind
But
of
I
like,
mean,
oh.
as a grown man, do you really want to be that guy? Like
I like being
throwing
that guy.
popcorn?
I ain't gonna
Like when I
front.
go to 100 houses, I enjoy that shit. Like, I love being afraid.
I ain't gonna front.
hell no.
The Halloween, the first Halloween remake, the Rob Zombie, the first one. It was a couple of times I jumped in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of times. The big ass Michael Myers jumped out of nowhere, but
Joe Grizzly.
you know what I mean? But nah, I didn't really see. I was like, nah, this ain't really scary to me. Like I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
I think it's.
I don't know if it's just that we desensitized because like we like horror, so
Right.
It's probably maybe it's that, but
No, you know what? To me, the best horrors is the shit we don't know about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get Shudder, the Shudder app, I'm thinking about getting that. I think they may have better horror films than what we see in movie theaters. Because it's like they do back away from shit. Like, the last good, scary movie I think I've seen was Insidious, the first one. You know, when the little boy was running, that fucking weird song was playing, and the monster, the devil was behind the lady. And, you know, I think that was the last real scary thing I seen. But it's really like no more such thing as scary. It's no more Candymans, Freddy Cougars. It's like all that shit is gone now, and it's crazy because scary. It's like it's easy to scare people.
Yeah, and I was just having this conversation. We were just talking about this yesterday. Just the slasher horror it ain't scary anymore. Like I feel personally like you kind of have to do that in a certain timeline. With those movies, I don't really feel like you can modernize Friday the 13th and it's gonna work. Cause
right now,
you know what I mean.
You know what you're right.
Cutting a phone cord. Yeah, that shit worked in the 80s,
Right.
in the 70s, the 90s even. In 2018, when you have a tablet, when you have a cell phone, just in this room, I got two right here. There's a phone right here. You got a phone. He got a phone. He got a phone. It's a watch. The computer's right here.
Yeah.
It's several ways for us to, say, hey, it's an emergency. You know what I mean? So that trope,
is true.
That trope doesn't work anymore. Like, the only people, the supernatural aspect in movies, like a Candyman. I would love to see them try to remake Candyman.
Yeah, back in the same time and everything too.
Yeah, but Candyman couldn't necessarily. It could probably work. You know what I mean in this era because it's just the supernatural factor. You know what I mean? But that's just my thing. I didn't really. And then the Nun does look like it has a supernatural factor going on, but it wasn't nothing that I was just like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Like,
I'm waiting to see like what it's gonna bring because I'm hoping it is because it's like. Seems like it's gonna be a good movie. Yeah. It's probably gonna have a good storyline, but as far as the fear part, I don't know if we're gonna jump. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping for to see.
I was wondering if my man was into horror, so I just
go ahead.
His take into it.
My homie Jay.
Let's see, horror, man. I'm not really into horror, but horror has been coming up a lot lately, especially with those the Blumhouse films. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're killing it. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping their budgets low, but they're giving out a lot of good quality, like The Quiet Place. What's another one, man? What was that? The Witch that came out a couple of years back.
Didn't they do Get Out too? Were they a part of that?
I think they were. They were. They were part of that.
Hey, you know what?
Blumhouse
It wasn't horror, but it was horror. Like it was horror for a black man, I guess. It was it was really fucking scary. Like when he pulled up when Lakeith Stanfield was walking in the beginning,
and he said, "Fuck this,"
and that motherfucker car came back. That's some horror. That's some scary shit. As a black man walking in a white neighborhood,
somebody just pulling up on you and snatching you up.
Especially a white man snatching you up. It's fucking scary. And then you go into this house, these niggas acting crazy. That shit is really that. It scared me. Not like I had to jump, but it was like, fuck, this may happen for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because after the movie was made, it was so many, what if the cop was really trying to make sure he was one of the guys that was missing? You know, because they've been taking black people and shit. Like, it's really like, damn, what if this shit is true?
Right.
But and that's why the white girl, she didn't want him to, like, engage with him because he didn't want him to find out that this dude might end up being missing.
Right.
You know?
So that's why I say it might be, shit like that. When you make it damn near real, you feel like this shit is real life and it could possibly happen. Like when Texas Chainsaw Massacre come out,
right? And see that's my example when I say that because that's a timepiece, like 70s. You know what I'm saying?
And when they showed that movie at the end when the motherfucker went in the basement, he was still in the basement.
Yeah,
that shit was scary as hell. Like this shit is crazy.
So I feel like the slasher horror movies, you have to make those kind of timepieces. I don't think you can scare me with Jason in 2018.
You're right.
I don't think you can do that. Even with like bad signal and shit. Like the signal ain't that bad. If it's bad on my phone, it's probably picking up on the tablet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When y'all play Friday the 13th, what year is based on?
It's right. It's based in the times. It's the 80s, the 70s. So, yeah.
Because right now you're gonna be like, man, what the fuck? I don't want to play this game. This is stupid. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Because I play Dead by Daylight, and that shit was trash.
It's based on now.
It's based on current
day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think horror has to be smart. You have to not necessarily bag away from these superhuman strength lunatics, but you got modern day serial killers. You got Charles Manson. You got what's his name, John Wayne Gacy.
Speaking of him,
You know
they're
what I'm
making
saying?
Johnny Depp is supposed to. I think it's Johnny Depp supposed to play Charles Manson.
That's a great.
No, not Johnny Depp. It's who was it?
Hear about something like that. I'm trying. To
I
think
think it
what
maybe
is,
is
too.
Johnny Depp or
If it's
somebody
Johnny
else.
Depp, that's a great.
Someone's
casting.
playing Charles Manson.
But you got real life serial killers that weren't like, they weren't like superhuman and they can twist your neck off and all this kind of shit. Like it, you got to make it smart. Or if you're gonna make a Friday the 13th, make it in that timeline. Make it in the 70s. Make it in the 80s, where it could be like, all right, I see why you would be scared in that instance. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They did a fan-made version of Friday the 13th called Never Hike Alone that was set in the modern time. And I felt like that was a great take on the character. Obviously, they didn't have the license of Friday the 13th, so they couldn't, like, actually call him Jason. But you knew it was Jason. It's like 30 minutes to an hour.
What is this on?
It's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. Never Hike Alone.
Out.
And it was a modern take on it, you know what I mean? But the thing is that it was smart. And I actually enjoyed it for it to be a fan film.
I gotta check it out. Send it to me. Leonardo DiCaprio is playing Charles Manson.
Let's go!
And
boy.
Quentin Tarantino is gonna direct.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be good. Quentin
I
Tarantino.
fucking hate
That's gonna be
Tarantino,
amazing.
man.
That's gonna be good.
Blood and gore,
Man.
everywhere.
Man.
So Tarantino sucks.
That's my thing with the...
He's terrible, bro.
I think he's good with dialogue. I think it's something about how he has his characters carry with dialogue. I think it's amazing.
Okay.
Especially when you look at all of those older films like Reservoir Dogs, and I watched Jackie Brown the other day. That is an amazing film. It's a very slow build up,
Very
but
slow.
the payoffs, and that's the greatest thing about Tarantino. When he works up to a payoff, it's worth it.
Yeah. I like Tarantino.
What I do like about him is he does know talent, and the talent that he chooses fits what he tries
to do. Yeah.
But I just don't like what he tries to do. So that
Okay, on with the away from the horror, we're gonna go into my man whose house runs house. Now I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch this, but All About the Washington is a new Netflix family sitcom starring Rev Run and his wife Justine.
Okay, that threw me off because I thought his last name was Simmons.
They just made it for the show.
yeah, it's an
not,
actual sitcom.
It's not. It's not the family.
Okay, because I'm like Rev Run.
And I'm looking at it. I'm saying, damn, they must miss their family so much.
Right.
They have to make a TV show. So
and it's got like a bunch of little kids in there. Like none of their kids are in it.
right.
Okay.
So they got two, like I think 9 and 12, the girl and the boy, and then you got two older ones. One's a teenager, the other one's like a grown woman who's a teacher.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good show. I watched up to 6 episodes. I think.
How many episodes is it?
I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
sure, but
Okay.
I know I got up to 6, and it's a real good show. I like it. You know,
Okay.
it's good. It's funny because it's like everybody loves MC Joey Speed. That's his name in the thing. So it's like, dude, you was a rapper in the 80s. You're not that popular still. Like,
Right.
And they got people who loves him. Then his best friend is Arsenio Hall, which is hilarious.
Arsenio's in it.
And he's
Shout out to Arsenio,
and he's
man.
Arsenio. He's not like nobody else. He's Arsenio Hall in the show.
Yeah.
So that's funny as hell to me too. But I don't know. It's a good show. A lot of people. I've seen a lot of people talking about like, oh, this is stupid. This is like. I'm like, it's a good sitcom, man. We need. It's like kind of trying to be a towards Blackish kind of.
Okay.
But you got your crowd in the back. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Oh, Netflix has tried, to put a bunch of new old sitcoms. They brought back Full House, Fuller House.
Yeah.
That was trash.
It was.
They
I
should have never
watched
even attempted it.
Really?
Like, it was.
And see, that was the thing with that. I didn't know if that was necessarily for the older crowd or was they doing that for a new audience. Because my daughter loved that shit. Like, she would watch that
Fuller House
repeatedly. Yeah, and I'd be looking at her like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why you keep watching this episode? Like, turn it. But
See,
yeah.
but the thing is like they only brought back the girls.
Uh-huh.
So they didn't bring back none of the guys. They were there for the first episode, but after that they were gone. Mm-hmm. Then they brought back the girls, and they didn't bring back the Olsen twins, obviously.
Right.
So it's an all new cast pretty much, and it's the situations that they have in the show is just not relatable.
Right.
I wouldn't watch
I never watched it as a kid.
I never watched it. I watched it as a kid, but
I didn't.
I
I liked
watched-
it because of Uncle Joey and the goofy one.
John Stamos is my guy, man.
Yeah, but it's like I never sat back and said, "Oh, shit, I need to go watch Full House." Like I was never that with them, so
okay.
I guess that's why I couldn't get into it. Because like I said, I used to watch Roseanne. Roseanne came back, I was excited.
And what was the Pop's name? Is the Pops even in it?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget?
No, he not in it.
Danny Tanner.
And I'm like, how you not gonna have Bob in it, man? Big
No, I'm
Bob.
saying they were all there in the first episode.
Yeah,
that was
that was
it.
all.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
I
okay.
guess it was just like we got to transition this new show, so
Into
we'll
the-
bring back the old characters for it.
right. And
Bob Saget's hilarious too.
he's very
I
funny.
didn't know he was so vulgar until
He's
I got
super vulgar, but he's hilarious. I was dying laughing.
He was
watching
funny
this
on
special he had.
what's the name? You ever suck dick for coke? On Half-Baked. That shit was funny as hell. Like, wow, Saget, what?
That was when I found out he was so vulgar. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he talked like this. bro.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
almost like George Carlin because I
Yeah.
used to see him on the show he was on Channel 11. Thomas the Train.
Yeah,
he was the
show was the conductor.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I seen one of his stand-ups. I'm like, damn, this is
fuck?
not the same
Right,
dude that I was watching.
That is. I wonder what made him get that show. Like, who?
That's how they say about Mr. Rogers, though. They say you take this sweater off. Mr. Rogers was like tatted up.
that's
like
why
a
I can't-
badass.
I gotta see that
was just-
documentary.
That was fake.
That was fake. I saw the documentary. That was total fake.
Okay.
So he
I
was,
just
really,
like-
he was just really a nice guy.
He
all
was
around.
just really a nice guy, man.
Okay.
And, very
And that's still a
positive.
soft
That
spot,
was-
man.
Y'all definitely going to cry when y'all watch that. I cried like 3-4 times.
Really?
Man. I was in the theater. I was next to a white lady. She was dressed. I'm like, man, I'm trying to be a thug. I'm theater.
I can't be around people crying.
Did he
Man, I
die?
can't even-
Yeah,
Which one died?
Mr. Rogers died a while ago. I was on 10 when he was on Arthur, Joe. I was when that came out. I'm grown as hell. I was like, oh shit, son, that Mr. Rogers, Joe. I'd like literally marked out because I loved that show when I was a kid.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers is the best show.
When he died, bro, I was hurt. I was hurt.
I don't even remember when he
Mr.
died.
Rogers was a gangster, man.
I don't remember when he did. I don't
For real.
remember when he died.
I can't wait for the Tom Hanks.
So the
movie, man.
documentary is very.
Wait, Tom Hanks movie.
It's
Tom
so
Hanks
good.
is playing Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yup.
They
I
doing
did.
a bio on Mr. Rogers.
So,
Tom
but
Hanks
the
playing.
but the documentary is like, so okay, Mr. Rogers, he was a nice guy, but he wasn't a nice guy. Like,
No, he was very nice. It's just that.
So he was the same
when
guy he
when
was on the TV show?
so we're not gonna see this autobiography and see him slapping a woman before, like
Absolutely not.
Okay,
The
Snorting
thing about
cocaine.
Mr. Rogers that made him such a what I said a gangster is that man when he stood up for those values, like he was serious about his values. He was against racism. He was against classism.
Mm-hmm.
The man was serious about just everybody being treated fairly.
Right.
And during that time period, when it's so easy to, I guess, conform, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? No, he went against the grain. He really
Mm-hmm.
truly did. And I think that's what made him very special.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Shout out to Mr. Rogers, man.
rest in
Yeah,
Rest
man,
in
I
peace, bro.
made fun out of tying my shoes because of Mr. Rogers. You know? Throw the shoe in a different hand, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that guy was cool. All right, but yeah, everybody check out All About the Washingtons. I think people will like a good family show.
Okay.
And we're gonna go on to HBO's Insecure and Ballers. The new season's return. Have you guys checked it out?
Nope.
Nope.
I gotta wait.
Gotta wait. B has to get his episodes in.
I got to get past my thing, man. Like, you know,
Insecure first episode was good.
I was telling the girl that the other day. She's like, "Why you don't watch Insecure?" I'm like, I was Lawrence. Matter of fact, I was having this conversation with my ex, and she was just like, "Why you don't watch it?" I'm like, "Nigga, because I was him. Like, what are you talking about? I've lived that. I don't need to watch that. You know what I
Watch
mean?
it. B. Oh, I'm gonna call you
I
B. Watch it, Tim. Watch it.
bro. And it was just the conversation was funny, but she doesn't disagree with me when I say shit. She was like, "Well, Lawrence won in the end." I said, "Yeah, that's the point."
So relive that triumph, bro.
It's like,
But I watched Insecure. I didn't get a chance to check out Ballers, but I saw the first episode of Insecure. It was really good. Like, I like this show, and I was discussing with B one day. We need to make a male version of Insecure. You know what I'm saying? Women need to hear how we feel as insecure men. Or
Yeah, and that's why I'm upset that they didn't bring back Lawrence because I think he
hopefully
was.
it's a payoff for that though.
Hopefully,
yeah. So he's not at all. They said.
they say he's not in this season at all.
Okay, well, I think this season, the way it started off, is going to be more about Daniel. I think that was his name. It's going to be more about him and her because it comes on, it's like you see more of him. And you know what? He did get bigger in
the Purge, the first Purge, because in here, I guess they probably shot it before. He
Yeah.
looked small as shit.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about
First
now.
Purge, he big as shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I
I
think
mean, he was kind of, you know,
yeah,
a
but
little
no,
bit brolic.
in the
you
first
know.
Purge, that motherfucker huge.
He was huge in the first part.
Unless they
He
big.
looked like Terry Crews or somebody.
He
Damn
is
near, shit.
he is Blade ready.
He and that's when he said that. I saw that. I said he do look like he could. Be
All
a
they
good
need to do
Blade.
is push the button on the Blade reboot, and
give him
he's
that
there.
back. He can be Blade. He really can. But yeah, I think the season gonna be more about him now and her towards it. Maybe her finding somebody else too or whatever. But it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. Hopefully it is. You know, some seasons get a terrible start.
Yeah.
But we'll see about this. But Ballers, like I said, I haven't checked out yet. I'll probably check that out tonight. Going on demand or whatever.
I ain't on the Dwayne train right now, man. I'm kind of rocked out right now.
What's
Like,
going on with The Rock?
I'm just saying, like, you know, he didn't
He
did
did
all
too much
these
shit,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't did too much, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thankful he ain't in the damn Marvel universe yet, because I'm like, man, that'd have been
He's in
too
DC,
much.
so-
It would have
Yeah,
been too
DC.
much Rock.
Black Adam.
And I'm tired of him doing just this amazing ass shit, and he's supposed to be a regular guy. Like, stop! You got a false leg and holding a bridge together. Like, no, like no,
You a
bro. I don't
lifeguard.
want to see that.
You're a
Like,
lifeguard hopping on a boat with no protection.
no
Right.
protection. You just come on, bro. Like, you doing too much. You doing too much.
You know what they should do for The Rock to stop it all, maybe, or just to let's make a joke about it. Do another live action hero. Remember that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It's funny
can
you
agree- I
said
can
that.
agree.
Yeah, I was talking about they should do that.
I'll be there for that.
I will go see that.
I'll
That
be there
movie
for
was
that.
good as shit. I had the toy and everything.
And
that
he
was my
should,
movie.
yeah, me too. 'Cause he should definitely do Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
That's up his alley. Perfect.
Box office is
and we
showing
want to get
people
paid if
time.
y'all do it
Yeah.
because we brought the shit up. Okay.
And what is that? You know what? Only thing Rock ain't did, and he did that for 2 seconds. A Tyler Perry movie.
Oh yeah.
He was in the Tyler Perry.
He was in Why Did I Get Married Too? He was at the end of it, the very end.
Oh yeah, he like showed up as somebody new man or some shit like that.
Well, he didn't show up as the new man, but he showed up like a potential for like Janet Jackson's character. Like
Okay.
he introduced himself, you know, towards the end, and the way the movie ended.
Right.
But and I was like, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if he put him in a Tyler Perry movie after that. But if they do it, why Did I Get Married 3? Like Rock would be in it with it. Like that's all he's really missing in Hollywood. Like he didn't did everything else.
He don't have a love role, though.
He needs to do a horror. I put it to you like this: Rock could go against Jason right now, and he beating Jason. Like
Kicking his ass, boy.
kicking his ass.
This will be the first Jason.
You put Rock
and
in,
he actually
and,
dies.
Yeah, Jason gonna be dead. Okay,
Jason ain't coming back.
Michael Myers not coming back against the Rock. Like you put him in that. That's that Michael dead.
In Rampage, he legit got shot, got up, and fought like the flying wolf.
Yeah.
Man, like they literally got shot, and they even addressed it. They asked him. They said, "You just got shot." He's like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just a flesh wound." I said. They looked at him like, okay.
What the fuck? Yeah, Rock.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, I love the Rock, man, but now you gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax.
Yeah, the box office is showing he's that last movie he did with
Skyscraper.
That shit did terrible. It did great over in China, but over in here domestically, terrible.
Yeah, nobody want to see that weird fake shit.
People tired.
They tired of it, man. It's you can't oversaturate yourself. You know
That's
what I mean?
what
And
he did.
he's oversaturated himself. We need a break from Rock for now.
He may give us a break. Hopefully he does.
But he's not like Samuel L. Jackson. Like Samuel L., he was doing like small roles, but he was doing a lot of small roles.
Right.
Rock, he's doing a lot of roles, and they're all like
Big
feature,
roles.
you know, main character
Yeah.
roles. So it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
True.
need a break.
Yeah.
All right, on from that to the last topic of our movies, we're gonna go to Black Klansman.
Yes.
I've seen it. The critics said it was a masterpiece, Spike Lee's best movie, and I agree with them. I think that's Spike Lee's best movie. The movie, I don't hate nobody, but it makes me hate white people. It really does, because the way they work shit, the way they go about the shit, it makes you say, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? It's like when it starts off with Alec Baldwin in the beginning, giving a speech. You got to hit a speech. I don't want to give away what it is, but the speech is going to be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you really think. Then throughout the movie, it got little comedy scenes and, a little bit of that. And John David Washington played his role perfect. The guy who played with him, they were perfect together. You know what I'm saying? It was a good role for both of them. And then the female who played his love interest, she did a good job in the movie. They hit it off well, and it's just from looking at it and seeing how the storyline is, and seeing how the KKK was about, and seeing the Black Panther part of it, and how they tried to get us to go against our own. You know what I'm saying? Well, make him go in, infiltrate our own kind, and he basically showed them we're not doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panthers ain't doing nothing but preparing themselves for what the white man finna do. And you see what the KKK started doing, and you see how hatred these motherfuckers is. It makes you be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It makes you be like, you really hate these people because of who they are and how everything went. And then the end really gonna piss you off. You know what I'm saying? The end is gonna really piss you off, but it also gives you a lighter note at the end as well. But go check it out. Go see it. Go support it. It is, to me, Spike Lee's best joint. I mean, we was talking about it the other day. I think this is my number one Spike Lee movie right now.
Wow.
So check it out.
I love Spike Lee joint movies, man.
Yeah.
We asked last week, what's the favorite Spike Lee movie? So we're going to put you on the spot right now. What's your favorite Spike Lee movie?
She's Gotta Have It.
Hey.
That was my third. That was my fourth.
But you know what? I think Bamboozled is always overlooked.
It is.
It's so overlooked. Like, there's so many hidden gems in it that I love, man. Then I'm sorry that people didn't talk about it as much, man.
You know what? It was before its time.
Yeah.
I think if you brought it out now, it would have been a perfect.
I'll be
especially
honest.
with social media and everything.
It would have been a great thing to talk about.
I'll be honest, I don't think I've watched Bamboozled.
Oh,
You
man,
have really?
Yeah, I don't think I watched Bamboozled.
Check it out.
I might have caught a piece of it before, but I don't think I've actually finished the movie.
Bamboozled. It was talking about how it was the blackface thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That was the only thing for it. You know, when Drake did it, that shit wasn't for it. But when they made this movie, it was, you had to do that for this movie to get your point across. So it was like, it was real perfect. That movie was
I know Savion Glover was in there. Was Gregory Hines in there?
No, I think it was just him.
Just Savion?
I think it was just Savion. But
I know they did a movie together. Him,
Gregory
Gregory Hines and Savion.
Yeah, but that was a good movie. I forgot all about Bamboozle. All about it. Man.
So yeah, Bamboozle is probably, you know what, to think of it, I would say Bamboozle is my number one, even over She's Gotta Have It. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it just, like I said, I thought it was just written very smart. It was a great movie. There's a lot of hidden gems in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Rock with that.
Definitely got to go check this out then, man.
Go see it, man.
I think it might be on Netflix. I'm not sure
Bamboozle?
though.
Okay.
I hope it is. I want to check it out again now. All right, we're going on to social media commentary. I want to get into a situation where makes you want to say you hate white people again. It's a kid. He was being turned around from school because of his dreads. And it's like, damn, he come to school to learn. Just because you got dreads, why does this kid got to be picked as a stereotype, if y'all want to call it that or whatever the case is? Why you got to go at him because he has dreads? What does that have to do with his look?
Dreads have, especially with other races, it has a negative stigma to it.
That's stupid, man.
Because, like, you know, if you watch the news, like all of the people that's doing the shooting, most of them have dreads.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, people with dreads aren't necessarily evil people, but a lot of people that do bad things have dreads. So it just brings that, you know, that stigma with it. I necessarily, for a child, I don't see why that's a problem.
Right.
Clearly, you know, this child isn't, you know, getting into any, like, you know, negative or bad behavior.
Right.
Maybe in school he might be talking too much, but I mean, that's kids.
It's kids stuff. Yeah.
And it's
So
like,
I don't think that should be a hindrance of him trying to, you know, learn.
And it's like his dreads wasn't messed up. They look
Yeah.
crazy. It's like
Even if
clean.
even if they were, that still shouldn't be a reason to, like,
You're right.
hinder this kid from entering the classroom.
From learning. That's crazy. So, you know what? Fuck that school. You know. That shit, that school should be closed the fuck down.
Yeah.
You wanna
It's
turn the
unfortunate,
kid
man.
My
It's
thing is,
just-
you turned a black kid around. That's my
So
thing.
where did this, like, did the teacher stop this, or did the principal?
I'm not sure who stopped it, but you just see him. I guess the classrooms. I guess, you know, they was in a nice area, so I guess the classrooms are all outside. So when you walk in your kid to the classroom, the door's right there. You can just let the kid in. And I think the teacher saw it and said, "Oh, he can't come in." The dad was sitting at the door with his son, recording it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my son can't come into school because he has dreads. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, really? I thought we didn't got over that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in this world gonna have dreads. Everybody in this world gonna have another look. This is a new time now. You know what I'm saying? You got
Me personally, I think all black people should have dreads.
Yeah.
I just think they.
I don't think it looked right on me. I wanted to get them one time, but I was like, I don't think this shit gonna fit me.
I wanted them at one time too, but so many people started doing it, and I just was like, nah, I ain't
Right. And
Everybody cutting their hair now, so that's why I grew it.
Yeah, and then like you living in a world where you got Big Caitlyn want to be a Marvel villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Big Caitlyn want to be a Marvel villain. You got somebody who might shave their head off on the side. You know what I'm saying? Everything is different now. It's a world where it's open to be whatever and whoever you like. And you telling me, oh, no, you still a little nigga because you got dreads in your head. And you can't come in here because you might do something bad. But you got a white kid who comes to a school who seems like he's the nicest kid in school, and as soon as somebody talk about him, he come kill everybody.
50 cal in his book bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up.
They gonna take him to go get some Burger King too.
Right. That's why it's just, I don't know, man. It's just fucking white.
That's how it go, man. That's how it go.
On to, you know what? I don't even know where I want to go with this, but on to a nicer, or more uplifting story.
No, wait, leave that for last. Let's end on a good note.
Okay, white man in the airport gets arrested, and he yells out, "You're treating me like a black nigga." That's what he should have said, but he said a black person.
That's what he wanted to say.
That's what he wanted
I don't
to
think
say.
so.
I think that's what
He
wanted
wanted
to
to
say.
say that you're treating me like a nigga, but he didn't want to say it because too many niggas around or black people around.
I thought it was a joke at first, honestly, because the guy kind of looked like Will Ferrell to me.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like a Will Ferrell thing at first, and then I saw it was
balled up.
like a legit. I'm like, this is real. Like it was on CNN.
And somebody
like,
said that too. Somebody said that. I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was Will Ferrell like doing the thing, and I still was gonna kind of be like a little upset, like, "Hey, Will, you're going a little too far, bro." Like,
Right.
You know that ain't funny. But the guy kind of reminded me of him. And what did you say his name was, B?
Let me look. I had it.
Because we got the guy's actual name, but it was even though he didn't say, "Oh, you treating me like a nigga," it's still atrocious that you would say you're treating me like a black person.
Yeah.
Like
For those who didn't hear it, let's just play the little audio clip for it.
Hold on. His name was Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Do not hurt me. Do not hurt me. You understand? Do not be rough with me. Look at them. Look at them. They're going to beat me up. Don't beat me up, you mother. Don't beat me up. Look at them. Oh, my God. I can't believe they're doing this. Oh, my God. Hey. Look what they're doing. Oh, get to the other side. I'm not listening, asshole. You're being rough with me. You're treating me like a black person. You're going to get sprayed. You're going to get sprayed. Release your hands. Put it behind your back. You understand me? Do not hurt me.
So,
And
Now, if there was a black man, he would have broke his arm.
And big up to Sean King. He said this. No, you were actually treated like a white person. You weren't tased or shot for resisting arrest. But you're saying you're treating me like a fucking black person speaks so many values.
they, to play devil's advocate, they did have the can of pepper spray in his face. I don't know if they sprayed it or not. But
you know, if there was a black man, he would have.
oh, if that was a black person, he probably would
He
have got.
didn't spray.
He probably got Billy Club. He would have.
They
That was a black person. He would have got
man.
fucking Chris Benoit,
Yeah,
multiple
all that
German suplex.
They sprayed that one man that was having a stroke in his car with mace.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Look that up on YouTube.
Wow.
They sprayed a black man. They pulled him over, and the guy was, he sitting there jerking and shit like he's having a stroke. They're trying to make him get out of the car, and then they spray him. It's like, do you not see this man? Is something wrong? Like it's a condition or something? Like, so yeah, it's some bullshit, man.
He was making all these demands while he was being like apprehended.
But doesn't he eerily sound like Will Ferrell? Like it sound like that's what I thought. I'm like, this is
like,
Will
don't
doing
beat me up. Don't beat me up.
They're making
you
a sequel.
motherfucker.
They're making a sequel to The Candidate or some shit. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, it did.
I got a quick question real quick. Is this going to be like a new trend or something? Because there was just a white... Did you guys hear about the white lady?
The white girl?
Yeah.
The college girl?
Yeah, and they said... She said, in quote, "You can't arrest me because I'm a homegrown white girl."
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I'm in college. I get good grades. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a white girl. So you can't
white girl.
you can't do
Hey,
this.
you
to
know
me.
what? That's so fucked up that we living in this time.
That's
man.
white privilege for you.
That's fucked up that they see this shit happening to us, so they use their privilege to say, "What did I do? I'm white."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's real. That's really fucked up.
That's
to me.
but that's them acknowledging their white privilege. But you won't acknowledge it when it's something in relation to us being, having some type of disservice or some type of injustice being done to us. You don't want to acknowledge your white privilege then. But let you get a ticket. You getting pulled over for a ticket because your ass drunk. And you can't do me this way. What?
Wake up, my
Get
people.
your hands off of me. I'm going to get my lawyer.
Wake up, my people. It's time
So
to
we
wake
moved
up.
on from them calling the police on us. Now they can't get arrested at all.
Right. They above the law.
They're above the law.
That's fucking sad, man.
This is the Trump era.
They're not supposed to get arrested. Only black people are supposed to get arrested.
Let me get off of this, man. Let me go to a black king, man. A principal that's in New Jersey. He's installs a laundry room to fight bullying for underprivileged children that's enrolled in his school. I think that's a great thing. He took out the football locker room and installed that because kids were being bullied about their clothes. They can't wash them or something like that. So we got it set up for them so they can come in there and wash their clothes and have clean, fresh clothes so people won't talk about them. And that's an amazing thing.
And they said the parents got together too. They donated laundry detergent and fabric softener, all that kind of stuff.
That's an
amazing.
There was one story I heard. They said the one girl, they was trying to check her bag or some shit, and she didn't want them to look into it, and they finally got it, and she had like a bunch of dirty clothes because she was homeless. Right. She didn't have nowhere to wash her clothes. So now, this principal made it possible for her to, have some clean clothes.
Yeah, and that's
hopefully they got her a place to sleep too, man.
Yeah.
Students out here homeless.
Exactly. That was very commendable of him, man. And salute to that principal. I wish I knew his name, but that was awesome for him to take it upon himself to utilize his status. You know what I'm saying, and his position. You know what I mean, to the benefit of his students. And you can't get no better than that, man. It kind of reminds me of Black Lightning and the way the principal, the guy that is Black Lightning, how he does so much for the kids at that school. I mean, I know it's a fictitious character, but I love that, okay, you put that image out there. And maybe other black principals will say, it didn't necessarily got to be a black principal. Just a principal that just wants to do right by their kids and by their students and acknowledges, we do have underprivileged children here. Let's do our due diligence to make sure that we accommodate them as much as possible.
Yeah, and he was a young principal, and I think we need a lot of younger principals or teachers out there because they can kind of get close to relating to these kids and find a way to have fun with the kids so they won't they can understand them and listen to them because it's hard now. You got the music out here that's doing a lot of crazy. You got social media out here that's fucking up a lot of stuff. So to get somebody who's in that, role and they go Principal Brandon, he treats us like this and he's on the same level and he can understand me.
Yeah.
So, we need more of that instead of these old principals who don't know nothing.
And can't really relate to the
kids. They just can't relate. It's a generational gap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a big gap. So that'd be nice, to have. That was a good thing, man. Big ups to him out there in New Jersey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so any topics that we hit on today, you want to chime in on it, call us up, text us up. 872-307-3828. We're looking to hear from you. And that's what that is.
And that's what it is, y'all. That is episode number 14. Last thoughts. Follow Blvdave Ave Radio on Instagram at Blvdave_radio. That is BLVDAVE_radio. Okay, you can also follow us on Twitter at that same name, Blvdave_radio. Follow us on SoundCloud. Just search Blvdave Ave Radio. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Go to iTunes. Give us a star. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If you don't, all of that. If you don't want to give us 5, go ahead. Just as long as you give us a star and give us some feedback as well. Go do that. We need to see what y'all think about our show and what you want us to incorporate going forward. Last but not least, follow my personal page at OldManLogan83. P, go ahead and give him your personal page, bro.
Big Chance Phil.
All right, B, give me your personal information.
Follow me on everything. IG, Snapchat, Twitter. I am B_Daniels.
All right, and that's what it is, y'all. This is episode number 14. I want to thank y'all for listening, and we will catch up with y'all next week.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Peace.
Leave that.